Welcome to the Hillbilly Hoosiers After Show. With us tonight, we have writer and director Jackson Colvin, along with principal cast members. Let's talk episode 1. In the pilot, what was the key for establishing the mockumentary tone fast without making it feel like a parody sketch?
I think the thing that I like a lot about this show is that we're working like very closely with like people on the lake, and even though it's it's a comedy and there's like things of it that are like ridiculous and out there, I think something that was always important was kind of like semi making Hillbilly Hoosiers kind of based in reality. Can
you name anything specific as far as inspirations go?
I did get to go to the actual poker run. That was a huge inspiration. I got really sunburned. I think for maybe the last week of the shoot, I was like extremely sunburned, and just having people that live on the lake come over to our Airbnb and talking to them and just spending time with them and talking about the things that did go on the lake, like whether it's like all those swans they chase down from one end of the lake to the other, or like who's friends with who, or old stories in the past, and it was very cool to kind of be like around the lake and be a part of it and kind of have that as like something to draw on.
Alex, what was the most fun part of playing Johnny's failed moonshine spiral before Crazy Dan comes in and changes the game?
Probably doing the dialogue with Hank, because any kind of dialogue when it's arguing, I really like doing. And
do you like arguing in real life?
Yeah, I do.
What I like about the first episode, I think, is like he's initially excited to be back home, but then it almost instantly hits that, then he's got to make a bunch of money. So it gives way to desperation really quickly, and it makes the lake not as fun. But that's what makes it entertaining for us, I guess.
Sally gets introduced as this self-appointed guardian of the lake, but she's also pretty much immediately ridiculous. What was your approach to making her feel threatening and hilarious at the same time?
Well, thank you for saying that. I just went into it as if she married into the lake life, and so part of her really has to keep control to keep the impression up, and the other part is not from the lake and doesn't understand why people just don't do it her way.
Tim Sr. makes a huge impression very quickly. What did you want to establish about him right away beyond just being like a funny stoner dad?
To be honest, I actually struggled a little bit with this character because I didn't want him to be just the typical one note, spaced out stoner dude. And it took me a couple weeks of thinking about it, and then I realized that me and him aren't so different, besides the rampant drug use. But yeah, I'm just an old hippie. I don't get in anybody's way. I just kind of easy going and just kind of deal with it as it goes. So I just tried to inject some of my personality into it and hope that it came across.
Kyle, you have the distinction of being the first principal member of the cast to be featured in a clip that's gone viral on social media. Can you just talk a little bit about what that's been like?
It's pretty bizarre, actually. When that video came out, I was shooting a project out in California, and I didn't have any cell coverage. And so every time the day would end, I'd go back and there'd be like another 100,000 views. And my followers were skyrocketing. I tripled my followers. I think my biggest video other than that was maybe like 3,600 views. And this one's at like 535,000 right now. So it's pretty cool. It's a fun ride.
Lizzie's introduction instantly shows that she knows more than Timmy, but she doesn't really need to announce it and be super obnoxious about it. How did you play that competence without coming across as smug?
I think to Lizzie, it's not about like confidence. It's more so just certainty. Like she knows for a fact, oh, I'm better at him than this. And not even like in a cocky way, just like for a fact, Timmy can't do this as well as I can, especially since she doesn't care much that he went to college. So that doesn't really mean anything to her. So she definitely thinks like, oh, when it comes to lake stuff, I'm just smarter like by default.
In real life, have you ever had to put a dock in?
Oh my goodness, no. I can't even swim, so I don't go near like bodies of water very often.
The pilot introduces the lake, the tone, and a lot of big personalities in just a matter of a few minutes. What do you think episode 1 most effectively establishes about the world of Hillbilly Hoosiers?
I really like that we have established an ensemble and people understand their personalities, and I feel like you got to know them, which maybe you can't always in a first season. I think we've been pretty vulnerable.
I think by the second week, I mean, it started feeling a little more like family than it did, just a bunch of people hanging out. I mean, you had us housed together as a family, which I think was brilliant. So, me and Cheris and Hank just operated as a unit. We ate together and drove in together and stuff. So yeah, it was just a family atmosphere. So I think that helped a lot.
That's a really good point. I guess I hadn't considered that. Well, that was really smart. Because I think the more comfortable you feel with the people around you, the more supported you feel, like they have your back, the easier it is to let go of that. I don't want to look bad or make a mistake. I could do it. Everybody's got my back.
The lake can easily be thought of as like a calm, lazy Sunday afternoon place. We all know that is not the case, but I think just being able to show that on camera was a lot of fun.
Thanks for being with us tonight. Episode 2 drops next Tuesday only on this YouTube channel. Don't miss it.
This is Wacky Jack's Asshole of the Month, and the staff pick who their least favorite patron is at Wacky Jack's. Oh, hell no! And for some reason, it's always the same person, and it's always this guy.
Hey everybody, I'm Ben Richards, founder of Intravision and executive producer of Hillbilly Hoosiers. To keep up with everything that we're doing and to grab merch from our store, follow or subscribe at intravision.us or visit intravision.us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.